this video, we're going to go over tuning the guitar in a little more detail. So if you're having any issues whatsoever, this is the video for you. Now we'll be using an electric guitar that I have behind me for reference pitches for each string. You may also use the tuner in the toolbox on this website. And I just want to note that I do have an electronic tuner clipped onto the headstock of my guitar here. And this goes by the vibration of the wood. So it's clipped onto the headstock vibrates with every single string that I play. And this will pick up on that and indicate what string it is and if it's sharp or flat. So for example, here's my E, my 6th string open. If it's a little sharp, you'll notice that there's a lot more yellow showing up on the tuner. And if it's flat, you'll see that the red is going this way. And if it's in tune, we have the red, but we also have that green little sliver in the middle. So that means it's in tune. That's an in tune E. So if I play my guitar, I'll play an E chord. Sounds pretty good. You know, this is in tune. But what if I change just one string? Not all of them, just one. Check this out. Just by changing one string, now that E chord that was just really nice before sounds terrible. So imagine if I changed all 6 strings. Now I'll play the exact same chord, and it sounds even worse. It just sounds horrendous. So the last thing you want to do is go into the lessons with an out-of-tune guitar. You're not going to get anything out of it. You're just going to have a lot of frustration. So it's so important that you learn how to tune your guitar. So what we're going to do, we're going to go string by string. We're going to start with the 6th string, and you're going to play your string open. So this is what the 6th string E should sound like. Play yours open and compare. Okay, so if your string is lower than this pitch, you're going to want to turn your tuning peg counterclockwise to stretch out the string. If yours is a little higher than this one, you want to turn it clockwise to lower the string. So I'm going to play mine on this guitar, and you'll hear the difference. Hear that how this one's a lot lower in pitch than this one? Here, I'll play it again. And what I'll do is I'll follow the string up. See where it wraps around the post here? We're going to use the corresponding tuning peg, and we're going to turn it counterclockwise. And hear how that sounds exactly the same. Now I'll go a little bit past just so you hear what it sounds like if I go sharp. Hear how that's higher? Now if your string is sharp, what you want to do is always go lower than in tune and tune it from the bottom up. So for example, I tuned it down just a little bit. I dipped down and then I turned it counterclockwise to raise it. Let me do that one more time. I'll go from the sharp. There it is. Now I'd say when in doubt, if you're very uncertain about whether or not you're sharp or flat, always tune it down. It's better to do it that way than to end up with a bunch of broken strings. All right, so let's move on to the 5th string. This is the A string, and I'll play mine. I'm not sure if you can hear the difference there. Let's try that again. So does mine sound lower or higher than the reference pitch? Now if you said lower, you'd be correct. So what I'm going to do is follow the string up, see where it wraps around, go to the corresponding tuning peg, and I'm going to turn that counterclockwise to raise the pitch. And right there. Okay, so compare yours and tune yours up to this reference pitch. So if you're flat, turn it counterclockwise. If you're sharp, turn it clockwise. All right, let's move right along to the 4th string. This is the D string. This is what it should sound like. I'm going to play mine. It's a little bit off, not by much. These are the really tricky ones when it's just a little bit out of tune, but you can't really tell the difference. So what I'd advise you to do, just lower the pitch. Now it's pretty obvious that it is a little bit lower, so tune that up. And there it is. All right, so listen to yours and compare it to this reference pitch. If it's flat, tune it higher. If it's sharp, tune it lower. When in doubt, tune it down and then bring it back up. All right, let's move right along to the third string. This is the G. So there's the reference pitch. Now, depending on what kind of guitar you have, your tuners might be facing down towards the ground. So you have to look at them almost as if you're looking at them from the ground up. So imagine that you're on the ground looking at these tuning pegs. They are the opposite of these. So you can see the strings wrapping around the opposite direction. So, and even these, when in doubt, just turn a little bit and see what the resulting pitch fluctuation is. All right, so let's try this again. Now, can you hear the difference between those two? Now, if you said flat, you'd be correct. It's just a little tiny bit flat. So we're just going to bring it up just a little bit. There it is. Okay, so compare yours. And always follow the string up, see where it wraps around, go to the corresponding tuning peg, and turn in the appropriate direction. One more time. That's the third string. All right, moving right along. 2 more strings to go. We have the second string. This is the B. So that's what it should sound like. Now compare yours. There's mine. Oh my gosh, really out of tune. Can you tell the difference? Can you see if mine is sharp or flat compared to the reference pitch? So what do you think? Sharp or flat? Higher or lower? One more time. If you say sharp, you'd be correct. So we're just going to turn this clockwise, dip it down a little lower, and then bring it back up. And there we go, that's in tune. Okay, so make sure yours is in tune before moving along. One more time. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the first string. This is the E string, or the high E. Okay, so listen to yours. Make any adjustments. And I'll play mine. Wow. You can definitely tell a difference there, huh? What do you think? Is that sharp or flat? Higher or lower? I'll play it again. If you say flat, you'd be correct. So we're going to turn this counterclockwise. To raise it up. All right. Sounds much better. Now, if your guitar is really out of tune, you might have to tune it several times. What happens is when you tune the strings up, the tension pulls on the neck just a little bit, and all the other strings that were in tune might go flat as a result. Okay, so always tune it a second time just to double check everything. All right, so keep working on tuning your guitar, and you can reference this video anytime you need to, and also use the tuner in the toolbox. All right, have fun, and I will see you next time.